Welcome everyone. My name is Carrie Ann Lombardi. I'm the Outreach Coordinator for the Residential Division of New Jersey's Clean Energy Program. I'm here today with my colleagues Evelise Perez and Kim Hoff, and we are so excited to talk to you about how you can use New Jersey's Clean Energy Program for your community action agency and for your constituents. So before we get started with the presentation, there's just a couple of housekeeping items I wanted to cover. First of all, please try to stay muted throughout the presentation. We are going to ask you, if you have questions throughout, please drop your questions into the chat box and we'll do a Q&A at the end. That way we'll make sure that we get through all of this great content that we have for you. Also, we are going to be sharing a lot of information, so you don't have to worry about taking a bunch of notes. We're going to send the slides and a link to the recording to you following the presentation. Also, if you hear anything today that's of particular interest to you, you can certainly ask us if you wanted to have a follow-up webinar or presentation with your organization. We'd be happy to do that. Just please provide your name and contact information in the chat box with a message letting us know, and we'll happily set up a follow-up meeting for you, your organization, and your constituents. And we're also going to share with you a link to our events calendar, so you'll have access to all of our great webinars and trainings that are coming up in the near future. So I think that covers the housekeeping. So the next thing I want to take you to is, bear with me, there we go. This is a look at what we're going to cover for you today. We're going to give you the New Jersey Clean Energy Program background. We'll cover the residential portfolio. We'll go into our commercial and industrial portfolio, and then we're going to do a Q&A at the end. Now, before we get into the actual presentation, I wanted to ask you a poll question. So we wanted to get an idea of how familiar you are with New Jersey's Clean Energy Program. So if you could, please use your keyboard or mouse to answer this question. Have you previously participated in a New Jersey Clean Energy Program, either be it residential or commercial? Okay, I'm going to share the results. And okay, so good. So for some of you, this may be brand new information. Some of you may have heard some of our program content before, but we think we still have some new things to tell you about today. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Evelise Perez, and she's going to start the presentation for you. Evelise?
Thank you, Carrie Ann, and welcome everyone to this webinar this morning. I want to take a moment and present to you our commercial. If you haven't seen it in your TV or heard it on your radio station, this is our Clean Energy Program commercial, and we have a mascot, Chloe, that you're going to start seeing around.
It's time to save, New Jersey. New Jersey's Clean Energy Program is your guide to rebates and incentives that can save hundreds, even thousands of dollars for businesses and residents throughout the state by making smarter energy choices. Start today with an energy assessment. We're lighting the way to a clean energy future. Join in at njcleanenergy.com or call 866-NJ-SMART.
Thank you for that, Carrie Ann. And yes, that's going to be the commercial that you're probably going to start seeing if you haven't in your TV. So what is New Jersey's Clean Energy Program? Well, our program is administered by New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, Office of Clean Energy. This program is funded by the societal benefits charge on your utility bill. Our goal is to help move everyone in New Jersey towards more energy efficient, renewable, and clean energy technologies, and support Governor Murphy's goal of 100% clean energy by 2050. Next slide, please. And these are some of the programs that we have to help everyone meet those goals. Today, we're going to focus on educational content to change our behavior into more towards thinking about energy conservation. And you're going to see some of the programs that we have for both your constituents and through our residential portfolio of programs and our commercial programs to achieve those energy efficiency measures. Next slide. And if you haven't seen it, or I guess read it, find the New Jersey Energy Master Plan. This is a roadmap it's a comprehensive roadmap of how are we actually going to achieve 100% clean energy by 2050. Next slide, please. And these are overarching goals. Again, 100% energy, clean energy by 2050, reducing greenhouse gas emissions through all of the sectors in New Jersey, and of course, securing a cleaner and fairer New Jersey. Next slide. And I'm not going to cover all of these 7 strategies, but today here we're going to learn how can we actually maximize energy efficiency and reduce our peak demands for both residents and our facilities as well, that you can implement in your community action agency facility. And the next slide, it's also covers some of these energy master plan goals. If you haven't read it, I advise you to go and read it. We want to decarbonize the electric grid and expand clean energy innovation and implementation of these technologies. Next slide. And now I'm going to show you some statistics of what is New Jersey's clean energy program and what it has accomplished last year. And then we're going to see the different programs we have to assist you and contribute to a cleaner and fairer New Jersey. Next slide. Last year alone, we processed over 141,000 applications with energy savings delivered across multiple sectors, and we paid more than $145 million in incentives. Next slide. And this is my favorite infographic because last year alone, not only our energy savings has a direct impact into reducing your facility energy consumption reduction, and it also has a direct impact to the environment. My favorite is as if last year alone, we have planted over 12 million trees in New Jersey. And if you can pull up the poll question, Carrie-Ann. So far, what we've discussed or what your understanding of clean energy program is, I want to find out what motivates you most about clean energy programs. And I'm just going to give you a few minutes to vote. Awesome. Those are wonderful. Yeah, definitely rebates and financial incentives, reducing our carbon footprint and saving energy, and the sustainability aspect of it. All of it is valuable. And we're going to show you now in the next slide, how can we achieve all of those ideas that we just voted on. So our currently the state of New Jersey manages this large portfolio of programs that we know as New Jersey's Clean Energy Program. As you can see, this program has incentives that cover a great number of renewable, efficiency, and distributed generation solutions for residents, government and commercial and industrial sectors. These are the high-level program category areas that branch out into many specific programs within these categories for both commercial and industrial and residential. I'm not going to cover all of these, but we have other programs that if you're interested bringing this to your organization. Yep. Once this transition begins, a portion of both the commercial and industrial and residential energy efficiency programs are going to transition to be managed by the different investor-owned utility companies, as mandated by the 2018 Clean Energy Act, signed by Governor Murphy. As you can see here, both commercial and industrial and residential existing building programs and efficient products as well are transitioning to the management of these utilities. while the rest of the programs will be continued to be managed by New Jersey's Clean Energy Program. This is because the Clean Energy Act requires the utility companies to reduce their customers' use of natural gas and electric by set percentages over the next 5 years. Later in this presentation, I'm going to show you the webpage where you can find more information. You can find it at newjerseycleanenergy.com/transition, but we're going to show you later on where to find it. And that page contains all the updated information regarding this transition. And now, if you put the next slide, I'm going to pass it over back to Carrie Ann. She's going to cover what are the different programs that you can apply for your constituents as residential portfolio programs.
Thank you so much, Evelise. So the residential program portfolio, bear with me, there's a little delay on my click through here. Okay, there we go. This is our residential portfolio of programs. We have the home performance with Energy Star, which is whole house solutions. We have Warm Advantage and Cool Advantage, which is rebates on energy efficient HVAC systems and equipment. We have energy efficient appliance and product rebates, residential new construction, and our Comfort Partners program, which is a free program for income eligible families. So as I mentioned, our home performance with Energy Star is our flagship program. So what is home performance? Home performance is the program that we use to provide whole house energy assessments, and I'll tell you more about what that means in a moment, and comprehensive energy efficiency upgrades for existing homes. And this is to address the comfort and the indoor air quality and the health and safety of the home, which is so important to all of us right now, in addition to helping with the energy usage issues. And home performance uses specially trained and certified what we call Building Performance Institute, or BPI, Gold Star contractors. So now what does this mean for you? The benefits of a home performance home are incredible and pretty wide reaching. So basically, in addition to reducing your energy bills, home performance, again, as I said, contributes to the home's health and safety because it does all of these things you see on the screen there. It removes dust and allergens, eliminates drafts, it creates a more comfortable home, it reduces asthma and sinusitis, eliminates moisture and mold, of course, reduces your high utility bills, and addresses climate change and creates energy independence, which all go to contributing to our program goals and our governor goals, that, you know, the things Evelise mentioned at the beginning of the presentation today. So how do you do it? Here's the steps to participate. It's so simple. You go on our website, njcleanenergy.com/HP. And again, we're going to send you all these slides, so you'll have all of this. And you enter in your home information, your zip code, your city, and it will populate with a list of the BPI Gold Star contractors in your area. So you select a contractor, you schedule a home assessment. Again, I'll tell you in a moment a little bit more about what that means. And the assessment is used to identify the possible health and safety issues and the opportunities for energy improvement in your home. And then the contractor will sit down with you and your family and go over their list of recommendations and the incentive level attached to each of those recommendations. And then your contractor, the final step is the contractor installs the recommended installations and performs the tests. So a little bit about the home assessment. Here's what it typically includes: combustion appliance testing. And like I said, the contractor will do a visual inspection of the home. They're looking primarily for air sealing and insulation opportunities, and also possible health and safety issues. And it may include also a blower door test to do additional diagnostic. So the incentives. This is a snapshot of the incentives for home performance. It's based on total energy savings for a single family home and townhome. So the incentive can range from $2,000 up to $4,000. In addition, we offer financing. 0% on a loan up to $10,000 or 0.99% for up to $15,000. And we also offer up to $1,000 for homes in an urban enterprise zone or UEZ, and for low to moderate income or affordable housing um, unit bonuses. And we also have incentives for multifamily projects. And those are, again, are based on total energy savings, but for a multifamily home, which is 5 or more units. And that incentive is between $500 and $1,500. And those qualifying things are 3 stories or less, single ownership, and individual metering or a master meter at the building. Now, I wanted to show you some testimonials. This is actually a home performance customer. You know, nobody can tell a story better than somebody who's actually lived it and gone through the entire experience. So we wanted to share this story with you. Diane lives in Hillsborough. Her home was 2,684 square feet. Her main concerns were the age of her HVAC equipment, and the home was drafty. And also, she wanted to lower her utility bills by becoming more energy efficient. So she contacted one of our contractors, and they did the assessment. And the work that they did, the measures installed, as you can see here, were air sealing and insulation. They installed an Energy Star gas water heater and a furnace plus central air conditioning. Now, the total project cost was $16,000. Diane got the $4,000 rebate. So that dropped her total cost down to $12,000. So Diane also took advantage of the financing. She got a $10,000 loan with the 0%. So it was only $2,000 out of pocket for Diane to get all that work done. Now, if she were to do this today with our 0.99% loan, Diane could have completed that project with zero money out of pocket, out of pocket expense. So it's really an incredible way to get all of this work done affordably. Now, I also had the opportunity to speak to one of our customers. She was very happy with the work she had done. So she very graciously agreed to let us interview her. So I wanted to share this with you so you could hear directly from the customer about her experience. Hi, everyone. I'm Terry Ann Lombardi from New Jersey's Clean Energy Program. I'm here with Peggy from Manchester, New Jersey, who recently had an energy assessment done on her home. So Peggy, can you tell us what it is that made you decide to get an energy assessment?
Sure. I have been involved in energy efficiency for a long time, and I really believe that making a house as tight and efficient as possible is the best way to save energy. My house is a completely electric home, and it's very important to save energy that way.
So what kind of comfort or other issues were you trying to address with the assessment?
So by tightening up the house, it will reduce the drafts, and the ventilation is better. So those are the other things I was looking for, besides reducing my cost of my bill.
And what happened with the contractor? Can you tell us about the process?
Sure. The contractors were very professional. I was very impressed with them. They came and looked over the whole house. They went through the attic and the crawl space and did a blower door test. And really were very respectful of my time and didn't get in the way at all. And I hardly knew they were there.
And so did they provide you with a report?
I got a complete report, a very detailed report, pages and pages, and I went through it all and decided to have all of the work done.
Oh, you did. You did all the work they recommended. That's great. So what kind of changes have you seen in your home's comfort?
Well, as I said, so it's much less drafty, so it takes care of all those problems, and the ventilation in the bathroom is just much better, less moisture in the bathroom, and my total energy bill was reduced by 50%.
50%. That's amazing.
Yeah. I was amazed. I didn't expect it to be that good because I started at a pretty low base point. I don't use that as much as a lot of other people do to start, but to have it drop by 50% was I was very happy about that. I also had a mini split installed, which is both for heating and cooling through the program as well.
That's fantastic. So Peggy, are there any other comments you could share with the listeners about New Jersey's clean energy program, or the contractors, or the program in general?
Yeah, just in general, I think it's an excellent program. Energy efficiency is the place to start. It makes so much sense because we need to reduce the amount of fossil fuels that we're using, and this is the way to do it. Make your house as energy efficient as possible.
Thank you so much, Peggy. Okay, so next is our Warm Advantage and Cool Advantage program. As I mentioned earlier, that is rebates on efficient HVAC systems and equipment. So, if you don't want to go the comprehensive route of home performance with Energy Star, we do also offer these rebates to replace your heating and cooling in your water heating systems. And these rebates range, depending on the equipment, but you'll see here that they range from anywhere to $250 up to $1,000 to $2,000, depending on the unit. So again, you can find all of this information on our website at njcleanenergy.com/warm or /cool, depending on what you're looking for. And you can find all the rebates and eligibility requirements there. Okay, next is our appliance rebates. So if you need a new appliance, as long as you choose one that meets the energy efficiency requirements, and is an appliance that fits within the program parameters and qualifies, you will get a rebate. And again, these rebates range depending on the appliance. But you'll see, for example, there on that bullet number 2, you can get up to a $300 rebate on a select Energy Star dryer. So, that can be quite a significant amount of money to get back on a dryer, on a single piece of equipment. So it's really worth taking a look at. I also wanted to mention that all of the major home stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, they are all familiar with our programs. In fact, when you walk through their showroom or their warehouse, you might even see the New Jersey Clean Energy Program logo right on the actual equipment. So, but you know what? Please always do go to the website or just double check and make sure that you confirm that the unit qualifies before you buy. Okay, next is our appliance recycling. I love talking about this. This appliance recycling is it's a very, very popular program. So what this means is that if you have an old refrigerator, freezer, or dehumidifier that you're looking to get rid of, as long as it's in working condition, and by that I mean, you turn it on and the motor kicks on, instead of you paying someone to come and haul it away for you, if you call us, we will come and haul it away, but we'll give you $50 for that old refrigerator, freezer, or dehumidifier so that we can recycle the parts. And we also offer $25 rebates on room air conditioners and dehumidifiers. So again, I want to say we recycle approximately 95% of each appliance. So this is really an incredible program. And on the slide there is the landing page on our website where you can make an appointment. And we also rolled out our bulk appliance program in December. And that is for buildings with 5 or more dwelling units. They can get $50 per refrigerator or freezer and $25 per room air conditioner or dehumidifier. So it's really an excellent program. Next, we have our residential new construction program, and that is obviously for new construction or for reconstruction, gut rehab. And, these homes use less power and they operate more efficiently. And that can be 15 to 50% more energy efficiency. And that can save anywhere from, $200 to $400 a year, which, this all adds up to significant savings on your energy bills at the end of the year. So here's a look at our residential bonus incentives. You'll see that there are additional incentives for warm, cool residential new construction and home performance for homes that fall within a UEZ, urban enterprise zone, or that qualify as low to moderate income and affordable housing. And again, all of this information is on our website, and we will send you these slides. Next, I'm going to talk to you about our Comfort Partners program. Now, this, as I mentioned earlier, is a free energy saving and education program that's geared to low-income homeowners who have an income at or below 250% of the federal poverty guidelines. So eligible participants may receive free installation by a BPI certified contractor of energy efficient lighting, home water conservation measures, which can be a water heater installation, water heater pipe installation, and energy saving shower heads and aerators. Or they can get replacement of inefficient refrigerators and thermostats. Additionally, they could get insulation upgrades, blower door guided air sealing, duct sealing and repair, and heating and cooling equipment maintenance. So this is really, really a fantastic program for anyone that meets those requirements. And we also have a link there on the page there on this slide for anyone that needs assistance paying their utility bills. So lots of great information that you can share with your constituents. So some additional ways to save. We wanted to provide you with information for these additional state and federal programs to help with your energy needs. All of those programs listed there are available to anybody that qualifies. So you can call your utility company to inquire about their support as well. So I'm going to sort of wind down the residential part by sharing with you some energy saving tips, things you can do today at home to help save energy and save money and help the environment. So you can regulate your heating and cooling systems by setting the temperature 8 degrees lower when you're asleep or away in the winter, and set your temperature 7 degrees higher when you're away and 4 degrees higher when you're asleep in the summer. You can also turn your ceiling fan to improve airflow and create breeze, which will lower your energy needs. And you can turn your fans and lights off when you're not in the room. That will definitely save. Here's some more tips. You can, use natural heat, let it in or out. So you want to block the heat in the summer by keeping your blinds or curtain closed during the day. And conversely, you want to let the heat in on winter days by opening them. I mean, it's a simple thing, but sometimes you just have to be mindful of it. So here are some tips to save on your water usage. To use less hot water. It's a fact that water heating accounts for around 12% of a family's utility bill. That's can be significant. So to save on that, you want to lower your water heater temperature. If you have it at about 150, lower it to about 120, and that should help you save. You should also try washing your clothes in cold water. Take a short shower instead of a bath. You will notice, significant savings. I actually do that one, and I really did notice a big difference. You can install low flow shower heads and faucets and fix leaks. That will definitely help save water, save energy, and save money for you. So at this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Evelise to talk to you about our commercial and industrial programs. Evelise?
Yep. Thank you, Carrie Ann, for that wonderful information for the residential side of New Jersey. I want to talk about a little bit commercial and industrial, and I'm going to tell you why. Because your community action agency can also implement some of these programs that we have in your own action agency facility. So I'm going to go over, and again, I want to reiterate that we're already giving you a lot of information. I'm going to cover a few of our programs from now on, not all of them, but we have an outreach team that can assist you into find whichever program best fits for your needs. So the commercial and industrial portfolio of programs can be categorized into energy assessments and audits, comprehensive projects that you may undertake in your facility, and also equipment level rebates, as well as distributed generation projects. They all have different qualifications and incentive funding levels. Again, community action agencies can benefit from our programs to upgrade each individual facility in different ways. Some of our programs offer enhanced incentives to facilities located in urban enterprise zones and opportunity zones. And you can find if your facility is within one of these zones by entering your address in the New Jersey Community Asset Map, and as well as facilities that are owned or operated by a local government, public schools, or designated as affordable housing. They also receive enhanced incentives to some of our programs. And you're going to see what enhanced incentives mean. Sometimes you don't know where to start in your facility. Well, benchmarking is here for that. It serves as a useful first step in the path to energy efficiency. This is a free service that assesses the total energy performance of your building in comparison to similar facilities within your same sector or industry around the country. The resulting score and detailed report will provide valuable information as to how the building can save on operating costs by implementing energy saving technologies. These financial incentives associated with our specific programs will also be outlined within the report. And in the next slide, we're going to take a look at what does that benchmarking report looks like. It is extremely comprehensive. It outlines energy usages by system type and associated energy costs. Again, it is important to note that regional climate variances factor into these analysis to normalize these comparative results. So that's basically what the benchmarking report looks like. And then the next slide, I'm going to show you another of our measurement and audits program, the local government energy audit. Within these program, it's just as it sounds. It's available to local governments, but also colleges, nonprofits, and schools. Nonprofit buildings that are over 200 kilowatt of energy peak demand throughout a year. This comprehensive level 2 energy audit involves a facility inspection, assessment of all energy related equipment, and an analysis of energy consumption. So it's a little bit more detailed than just benchmarking. Benchmarking just analyzes your utility bills and your energy usage. But LGEA basically goes through all of your equipment through your facility and identify data that is valuable and evaluated in a detailed report. And it tells you basically the energy savings and conservation measures that you can start applying in your facility. If eligible, this energy audit is completely free and will provide a wealth of information about what are those different programs that you can undertake and technologies to implement through the different programs that I'm going to cover in a short couple of slides away. In the next slide, you can take a look. What is that flow of the local government, the energy audit looks like? You gather the preliminary facility data and analyzes everything in your facility. You go through an inspection of all of your equipment. The auditor will evaluate all of renewable energy and other conservation measures that you can implement. You'll get that energy audit report back to you, and then you'll meet again with us at Outreach and go through what are your different options to start implementing these suggestions. You're going to take a look at Monroe Township Library. They did this local government energy audit. These were the suggested measures, like you could upgrade lighting control, motor upgrades, VFT, HVAC, hot water, and even food service refrigeration. And All of that detailed report cost Monroe Township Library $0. Now, multifamily projects can benefit from New Jersey's Clean Energy Program from both the residential portfolio and the commercial and industrial portfolio, whether through equipment rebates, retrofit comprehensive projects, new construction, and some of our other programs. I'm not going to go over all of this. It's just to give you an idea what a multifamily project can benefit from all of our programs, both residential and C&I. This is to give you an idea how you can utilize New Jersey's Clean Energy Program through energy efficiency projects at both individual units or to have a project at the building envelope and common areas level. And I'm going to show you in the next slide a case study for this multifamily building facility. They completed a lighting upgrade on all common areas and just the envelope of the whole facility through our commercial and industrial. This whole project cost was almost $100,000 and we paid over $64,000, bringing their payback period down to 1.5 years, which means that you can basically recuperate your investment in that time and save money for the rest of the useful life of the equipment. And the next slide, I'm going to show you a very popular program within our comprehensive programs is direct install. It caters energy efficiency for small to medium-sized businesses with an average peak demand of over less than 200 kilowatts in the past 12 months. It is a program that is super easy to the end user as it utilizes a regional contractor that has been pre-approved by the state. And the contractor basically will start with an energy assessment of your facility, identify all of the energy saving opportunities. And if you decide to go with it, that such contractor will install all of those measures and handle basically all of the paperwork for you. As you can see, that's why it's very popular. The contractor basically guides you through the whole process. If that facility is located in an urban enterprise zone, opportunity zone, or it is an affordable housing or local government, either municipality or county operated facility or a public school, you could get the cap incentive doubled to $250 per entity. After you decide to go through direct install and install of the measures, Clean Energy Program will pay directly to the contractor, either 70% or up to 80% if it qualifies for enhanced incentive. And then the customer will pay that either remaining 30% of the install cost directly to a contractor or 20% if it qualifies for enhanced incentives. And in the next slide, I'm going to show you, these are the different contractors. They're regionally, or I should say geographically based. So if your community action agency is in one of these zones, these are the pre-approved contractors by Clean Energy Program. And then in the next slide, this is Eden Audit Services. They did a lighting and HVAC retrofit. The total project cost was almost $100,000 and we paid almost $70,000 of the project. And the annual savings in energy is $14,000, no brainer to just undertake some minor tweaks in your facility. Clean Energy Program, it's able to pay up to 70% or 80% this total project cost, and you'll be saving money in a short period of time and recuperating that investment. Yeah, Smart Start is our single measure rebates program. Similarly to the residential rebates program, these measures, this program Smart Start, it's based out of incentives in forms of rebates that you get by equipment. All of these rebates vary depending on equipment and level. So make sure you go to our application and our website and check it out. The good thing about Smart Start is it doesn't have eligibility requirements. So you can have any type of facility size or energy usage, and you can apply to a Smart Start application and get a rebate, whether new construction or retrofit of a building. And in the next slide, Oh, I should say, sorry, Carrie Ann, can you go back 1 second? Yes, so the incentive cap for SmartStart is $500,000 per each electric or gas account. So if you have an electric and a gas account, you could be getting up to $1 million in incentives for installing, in the next slide, any of these measures that you can see in the prescriptive incentives or custom incentives. Prescriptive technologies offer a fixed rebate per equipment, and custom incentives are basically technologies that are innovative and cost effective. If your facility is in an enhanced incentives zone, you will get any those rebates that are fixed or the custom incentives double. That is for all of these measures except for lighting projects. And then the next slide, yeah, this is basically how it looks like. Ocean County College upgraded their lighting with Smart Start rebates, and basically Clean Energy program paid almost full total cost of that project, making the payback period 3 months. So no brainer to utilize Smart Start if you're going to do just single rebates, single equipment upgrades and not ready to commit to a more comprehensive project. And then I think that's it. If we go to the next slide, yes, I want to remind everyone that while we've given you a lot of information today, we have an excellent outreach team to work one-on-one with you and help you find the best program for your constituents. In the next slide, you can find the Clean Energy Learning Center is our online education tool, and you can find more information about different programs in forms of videos. And then in the next slide, these are newsletters and listserv. And before we get into questions, if Carrie Ann, you can pull up the transition landing page so we can share with them where to find the transitioning of programs. It involves many steps before the new utility programs are approved, and information about them can be available to the public. Until the time comes, there will be some questions that the Board of Public Utilities and the utilities themselves will be unable to answer regarding such topics such as program designs, how the incentives levels are going to look like. On this page, you will find a timeline. If you go a little bit low under those, yep, that timeline. This timeline we're updating regularly as more information becomes available as to when are the utilities are going to start running these programs. And then we suggest you that you check back regularly this page to review the updated information, such as the frequently asked questions and the response that we'll be giving as those answers become known. We encourage you, though, that while this transition is happening, that you still utilize New Jersey's Clean Energy Program until the utilities programs are available to the public. We will use this website to provide the most updated information, and new FAQs will become available. And I want to thank you all for your patience. And we can go back to the more info slide so you can have Carrie Ann and my information if you're interested in finding out more about the different programs that we cover. I'm going to open the floor for questions. Again, Carrie Ann can assist you with residential programs, and I can assist you to install these energy savings in your facility.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you, Evilise. I appreciate it. I've also asked Kim Hoff to help us out with the questions today. I'm going to just open the chat box, and my computer is being very finicky. Bear with me just 1 second. So as Evilise, as we've mentioned a few times, we are going to send you all these slides so you'll have our contact information. And I think Evilise also mentioned that we do have a whole team of account managers located throughout the state, so we can happily connect you with anyone that can answer any future questions that you might have. So let's see.
And I think if they want to unmute themselves and just jump in, we're happy to talk one-on-one.
Very good. I did get a question. Kim, could you answer this one? How much does the energy assessment typically cost? The home
So,
energy assessment.
so in terms of home performance with Energy Star, the home energy assessment cost depends on the contractor and what they offer. It is a open market program. So some contractors will just do a walkthrough of the home at first, which may be free. Others will do a full-blown comprehensive energy assessment. So it just varies. So it really, just depends on the contractor. Regarding Comfort Partners, however, they also, as you were describing that program, they will do those upgrades free of charge. And that's for income eligible families.
Excellent. Thank you, Kim. Evilise, this one I believe would be for you. Does the benchmarking give more information of what programs one can apply?
Yes, absolutely. So the benchmarking, even though it's not quite as exhaustive of an audit like the LGEA program, the benchmarking will analyze your utility bills and your energy usage and will give you recommendations based on your facility type and your energy usage. So if you go into benchmarking and decide to do that, the report will give you some suggestions of how to implement the different programs that we have.
Great, thank you. As Evilise just mentioned, if anybody that's turn on your camera and talk to us directly, feel free. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep going through the questions that I have. Kim, I believe. Yes, this one would be residential. Do I have to do all the work the contractor recommends to get the rebates?
You do not. When they provide you with the recommendations and a report, you are not obligated to proceed with all of the recommendations, but just keep in mind that could potentially impact your energy savings or your potential energy savings, which would impact how much of a rebate you receive and how much financing will be offered for the project. So just keep that in mind.
Great, thank you, Kim. Let's see, one more here. Evilise, I think this would be for you. Can my facility receive double incentives with direct install?
Yes, absolutely. So if your facility is within either urban enterprise zone or opportunity zone, it is a facility that's operated or owned by a local government, and even as if it is a public school or designated affordable housing, you're eligible to receive double the incentive or enhanced incentives. In different than Smart Start, where you can't really get double incentives for lighting projects, with direct install, you can totally undertake a lighting project and receive the enhanced incentives through direct install. So, yeah.
Fantastic. That looks like all of the questions. I'm going to give just one more second in case anybody has anything additional they want to ask. In the meantime, I am going to drop a link in the chat box to our events calendar so you can see all of our upcoming webinars and trainings. And we encourage you to please come any of those. There is so much great information that we share on a regular basis about New Jersey's clean energy program. And we'd love to hear from you and see you at our future webinars. We're going to send all the slides and a link to the recording with our contact information. Once again, as I said at the top, if you want a webinar or a presentation for your organization with your constituents, we'd be happy to do that. Please just reach out and contact us. Let us know what you need, and we'll be there. We'd be happy to do that. Other than that, I think that concludes the presentation today, but thank you all so much for coming. We're so happy that we got the chance to talk to you about how you can use New Jersey's Clean Energy Program to save energy, money, and the environment for your community action agency and your constituents. Evilise, Kim, anything you want to add before we go?
No, I think that sums it up. And thank you for coming. Yes, we'll be following up and sending each of you the presentation, like Carrie Ann said, and more information. So don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have more questions. We'll be happy to assist you into finding the right program for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Take care.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye-bye.